The Jim and Terry Show Christmas series of podcasts, counting down the few days remaining to Christmas.
And good luck if we get Christmas in this. But it's my party and I'll cry if I want to.
Yeah, that's what we used to sing when the kids were being potty trained. It's my potty.
Oh, it's my party and I'll be if I want to.
Oh my goodness, you're going to choke me all up with that humor. All right.
Okay, first off.
Do we have more Christmas?
Because this is going to be probably a hell show for some of our audience. So for now.
Oh, is this the political part?
Merry Christmas, everybody, and a Happy New Year to one and all. Thank you so much for tuning into the Jim and Terry Show, even though most of the last of this year was just Terry, because he actually had me tied up and gagged.
Yeah, okay. Way to spread rumors. Who are you working for? Yeah, we've been talking about misinformation and how we can all fall victim to it and how you need to consult your sources. Or as, you know, a guy who used to be on CNN, and I bought his book, which was an analysis of Fox News. Remember, they were sued for $748 million?
Yeah.
And there's a second lawsuit still to be settled by Smartmatic for nearly $2 billion.
Now, that must have had some of the reason why they fired Tucker. Or was he just becoming too much of a
pain? But as I mentioned, Laura Ingraham, the usual Janine Pirro, I mean, the list goes on, Sean Hannity, of all the regulars. However, to be fair, I, in my snooping to Fox, have been hearing some voices of reason. And just like listening to CNN, which I had abandoned for nearly a year after all the kerfuffles and that Chris Licht or whatever his name was trying to rebrand CNN, and you can't talk about truth anymore, you have to listen to garbage. No. So I've been listening to some confrontational fact-checking rather than just accept the drivel and drool that people are putting on. No, let's check that. So you said you never said that? Well, let's rewind the tape. Can we play that? Yes, we can. Okay.
SNL, Saturday Night Live has to do a segment on the flip-flopping of a network where they're in the middle of a broadcast and the message comes in where they completely change direction, which just tells you what I said is true. I don't believe everybody on the left believes in abortion any more than I believe everybody on the right does not believe in the right to choose. You're told what to do on these networks. You're paid great amount of money to do what they tell you to do. And if all of a sudden Fox changes over to the most ultra-left organization in the world, it wouldn't surprise me. It's just do what's going to make us money.
Money,
the root of all evil, in my opinion.
It James Taylor who did that song? Money, 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 money. No, it wasn't James Taylor.
James Taylor.
Who was that thing?
I don't know, but it wasn't James Taylor.
I bet you James Taylor has a money song.
Money, 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 money.
Or maybe that was Bowie.
Oh.
Could be. Okay, so let's go into this. Not everybody on any side of any issue is 100%. So not all Democrats, not all Republicans, not all conservatives, not all liberals.
But you better toe the line.
Toe a line to some extent. But then we have this phenomena in both the American and Canadian political traditions where you are allowed to vote your conscience.
Which I almost think you should be able to do in all things. But
there you go. Let's aim for that one. Yeah. Vote your conscience on everything that we're going to talk about.
Yeah, as soon as they say that you can't vote what you really believe,
right,
we got a corruption.
As soon as you have this thing called a party line vote,
you got a corruption.
You've got you're stifling somebody.
Well, it doesn't matter about your morals. All kinds of things go down the tubes then. You know, I mean, you should be able to say, I'm sorry, I disagree with this, and I'm going to vote that way. But no, now you have to toe the line or you lose your cabinet position and everything else.
Well, there might be a limit to that because that is libertarianism embodied, which is everybody does their own thing. There has to be some kind of agreement to have a group think expression.
Maybe we should start a chaos party.
Chaos party.
Everybody just do what you think.
Captain Chaos. Yeah, there must be a chaos.
I am the opposition leader for today. Terry was
Oh yeah,
yesterday.
maybe you could rotate the
rotate
hat.
up. Yeah, rotate the hat.
Today I'm wearing the hat of the opposition
Yes.
leader. I will be naysaying everything.
Yes, and Jim's now the finance minister. Critic.
That's-
Finance critic.
Finance critic. The shadow cabinet
Yes.
finance critic. Yeah.
I don't know. I get sick of it all.
Okay, so I don't know where we were going with this. We were talking about Christmas, and how did we get into this? No, we did the Grinches before. That was a previous podcast.
Yeah, no, I just insisted on wishing everybody a Merry Christmas before we got into what.
Until we got into a global
The one
fiascos.
thing that you
climate.
and I probably agree on is that
There are volcanoes
Trump
in
should
Iceland.
never be president again, ever in the history
Okay,
of the
let's
world.
talk briefly about that. What is it? Article 14, Section 3. And that's been called because the one disqualifier, you have to be over 35. I don't know if you have to own property, and you don't have to be white, and that's been tested, although Trump would have birthered Obama anyway. The only criteria that you cannot do is commit treason. You cannot
Yeah.
betray your country
Or support treason.
or support treason or aid in the bet.
Aid in the bet. Yeah.
So-
Which Trump did, actually, all of
Yes.
it. And I was talking about this the other day where I said, no, he did tell them to go. He said
Yes.
he would be joining them.
It'll be wild.
And he did nothing for hours as the nation burned. And he
And we watched all this thing on live on
and
TV.
he made a point of saying that Pence has got to stop it. And they refused to acknowledge, they wanted to stop the count.
Yep.
So all of that is going against the Constitution and the peaceful transferring of power. And him not doing anything and telling even those who were attacking that he loved them and, stand down for now.
This is all written about in this 1,100 page document, the January 6th report, with a foreword by one of my favorite MSNBC commentators, a lawyer, Ari Melber. And I got that version of it because he did the foreword to it. You want to read it in black and white, just in case you think, well, they didn't say that. Oh, they didn't do that. Oh, they didn't think that at all. Check the emails, check the text messages. And the latest one is Scott Perry, whose text messages and telephone records have been subpoenaed and will be given to the DOJ. He's been ordered to release it. He's one of those questionable GOP people who might have given tours before the January 6th.
Showed them
and
how to
who
get in
might
there.
have said something about, join us. It's going to be what? Who knows what's going to be revealed. So,
Well, knowing what you and me know, knowing what Colorado knows, or
yes, Colorado's the first of
Yeah.
15 or 16
Yeah.
to put it to the test.
well, I mean, this is my question to you, or my frustration. 52 states should be all doing the same thing.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know what part of that isn't crystal clear and clear. You don't do it, you're saying screw the Constitution. If you don't do it, you set a precedent that the Constitution really doesn't mean what it really means. And it's just sort of a guideline. Is that where you really want to go? Or does it mean what it means? And if it means what it means, Trump isn't eligible to run for
we
president.
have this thing in the United States called states' rights. It's the movement that says more power should be on the states and the states' AG, Attorney General, and their own legal Department of Justice for each state.
Well, if
Each-
that can be corrupted, I can see all kinds of problems, Terry.
I can too. So the first test is, well, it's Republicans who wanted the states' rights. That's not a Democratic initiative. That's a Republican initiative. Same as taking over school boards and burning books and banning books and determining the curriculum. That's all a Republican take back the schools initiative. So this is the
Well, I
way
may
it's going.
agree with some of that, but I don't agree with the states having an over.
I'm not sure I
power.
agree with any of that, and I'm thinking states' rights is a way of getting around. Well, let me phrase it in the Lord of the Rings: one ring to bind them all.
Yeah, well, the problem with states being able to call the shots each on everything, then you're not really a unified country
No.
anymore.
No.
And same provincially, by the way, in my
Yes,
opinion.
it goes to Canada,
You
too.
need a federal-led guidance on everything. You don't like it, vote them out.
So there's no west exit.
No.
Wexit.
And what's going to happen is one of the reasons I believe it's all going to fall is that very thing. Because if you get one person that's, let's say, crazy, or just
one.
so stuck in the mud with what they believe, then you've got division throughout a nation. And this will be fueled by the trolls, fueled by the enemies, and all those that think people like me have been brainwashed are really the ones that have been brainwashed. And then I understand them thinking it's me, so the two ends never meet, and
Here's
we
the
fall.
interesting thing about you, my friend. You are atypical in a good way. You are, I mean, you're joyous in your faith. You have your faith, and that's where I'd say, well, you've been brainwashed. So if you've been brainwashed once, what's to say that you're not being brainwashed politically, socially, economically, culturally, educationally, or any one of the institutional, just in terms of justice, any one of the other ways? If you've been brainwashed once, can you be done again? That's the one argument. On the other side, it's the example of free thinking. Although you have a framework that you're passionate about and try to live within, you're also open to seeing other things that normally might not be found. So I have a family member who is the other way, who is the Jesus is my savior, Trump is my president kind of Christian fundamentals. And I think I sent you some excerpts about the MAGA world Christians and how that is funny. I saw Frankie Schaefer.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether I told you that I followed an interview
I
with
saw
him.
the thing you sent.
Yeah, so that's more where I'm coming from. Get rid of these people who laugh at Biden's election. You know, ha, 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 that Pastor Kenneth Copeland, Patricia White, and strike, and strike, and strike, and strike. I mean, these are the crazies that are in the evangelical community. And
well, they are. I mean,
Trump.
how you got to do it, Terry, and I'm simple. I'm a simple man. So what did Jesus say?
You're complex, my friend.
What did Jesus say?
Complex.
What did Jesus do? Okay, so when I look at
WWJD, you got your bracelet?
when I look at someone like Trump, I mean, is he letting his gentleness be known?
His
genitalness.
genitalness?
Let his gentleness be known. Don't say anything harsh to the best of your ability. I'm not saying I'm a picture perfect of this. I'm just saying you'll know them by their fruits. You'll know them by all of these things. And even Copelands that scream at people and they're all these chest-puffing macho. That's not the way of the apostles. It's not the way of Christ. There's your beginning. That's how you can judge certain
So watch
things.
for the low-hanging fruit and you can tell.
Yep.
All right, Jim and Terry Show. I think that's it for the Christmas themes. Don't ask me how this fit into Christmas.
little town of
Pefferla. Yeah, I like that because you got good things happening in your little community. Good for you. Well, we celebrate Christmas, so cheers to everyone. Merry Christmas, and we'll catch you in what? Will it be the new year or the next series will be about 2024?
Oh.
Stay tuned. Bye-bye.